As you guys know, when you get into the truck, you're always going to use 3 points of contact. Okay, adjust the seat, put your seatbelt on. That's, immediate. Just do it, know it. Immediately do it, because if you don't, you're going to forget something. Just put your seatbelts on. Put the window down so you can hear the governor sneeze. Alright, your yellow and red brake valves are out. Alright, your pressure gauges, okay, are going to probably be over 100 because the truck's, been running. You guys drove to the DMV, so the pressure's probably going to be over 100. What you're going to do is tell the examiner, I'm going to bring down my PSI for my trailer and for my tractor down to 100. All you're going to do is push the brakes. Alright, now you're down past 100. Alright, your trailer gauge, or your air brake gauges are right here on your dash. They're right below your fuel. Alright, the gear shift is in neutral. Okay, your T-bar for shifting is down. What you're going to do is you're going to put your foot on the clutch and you're going to start the engine. Alright. You're going to say to the instructor, my oil pressure and my air pressure are rising. I'm waiting for my air pressure to build to 120 psi. Tell the examiner I'm going to give the truck some fuel to bring it up to 1400 RPM so the PSI builds faster. What you're listening for is the sneeze, which is the air governor cutout. Tell that to the instructor. I'm listening for the sneeze of the air governor cutout. So we're bringing it up and listen for it. You're going to watch your gauges rise. You heard it. That was the governor sneeze. Alright. Tell the instructor, or the examiner, the air governor cut out. I now know my air tanks are full. What you're going to do, you're going to push the clutch in, and you're going to go to first gear. Alright, now I'm in first. Alright, turn the engine off. Don't take your hand off this key, because if you do, you fail. Turn the engine off. Okay, and you're gonna keep the ignition on. So just one turn back, you'll hear the buzzer. Okay.
Oh, when you turn it off, don't take your hand off.
Do not take your hand off the key. Okay.
Until you turn it on again.
True. Okay, you're in first, as I said before. All right, you're gonna push your trailer and your tractor brake valves in. You're gonna hear the hiss. Okay, you're in first, so you're not gonna go anywhere. Okay, take your foot off the clutch. Now what you're going to do is it's called a static test, leakage test. You're going to tell the instructor after the initial drop of air pressure, the tanks with nothing applied should not lose more than 3 psi in 1 minute. Alright, so we'll just say 58, 59, okay. You tell the instructor, now when you're out there, wait a minute, just wait a whole minute, I don't care, just wait. Wear a watch. Buy a watch, look at your watch, okay, 58, 59. I have not lost more than 3 psi in 1 minute. Okay? Now you're going to go to leakage test number 2. What you're going to do is tell the instructor, I will now push my service brake pedal 2 3/3 the way down and hold it. I should not lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute. So just press it down. Now you're watching your watch. You look at your watch. Wait a minute. Actually sit here. Look at your watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait an entire minute. Unless the instructor says something to you, which they probably won't. Now you're going to say, the minute is up. I did not lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute. Alright. Now what you're going to do is, it's called a low air warning light test. You're going to go ahead and pump your brake system down to 60 psi. And what you're going to hear is, you're going to hear a buzzer and a light come on. Alright, what that is a low air warning light, and make sure the buzzer is working. Alright, what you're going to do is I'm going to pump down my air pressure down to 60 psi, and my low air warning light and my buzzer should come on. And which it did. There's my brake warning, my air warning light, and my buzzer, because I'm below 60. I'm right at 60 actually. Now what we're going to do is called pump down test the spring brake activation, which is going to be your trailer valve and your tractor valve air brakes are going to pop out. You're going to tell the instructor, I will continue to pump down my brakes between 45 and 20 psi, and both of my air valves should pop out. You heard them both pop. All right, what you're going to say to the instructor is, my spring brakes are now applied and activated. All right, what you're going to do is now, because they're activated, you're going to shift into neutral. It's called a build-up test. You're going to start your engine. Engine is now running. My oil pressure and my air pressure are rising. You're going to point to your valves below your fuel gauge. Both of my oil pressure, which is over here on the left, and my air pressure gauges are now rising. Tell the examiner you're going to bring up the RPMs to 1400 so that the when you're going to bring up the RPM so that the air pressure rises more quickly, and at 60 psi my buzzer and my light should go off, but not before 75 psi. And while you're doing this, say to them, between 85 and 100 psi, at idle, once I get to at idle, when my truck is just idling, my air pressure should rise between 85 to 100 psi at my idle RPM, and it shouldn't take more than 45 seconds. Alright, so now I'm bringing this up to 1400. Alright, you've heard it go off, okay? You've heard the buzzer go off. Now what you're going to do is you're going to sit here, okay, and just wait for the truck to build up to 120 to 120 psi. You're not going to hear the, put the window down. If you don't have the window down, you're not going to be able to hear the sneeze of the governor. If you hear it, the window's up, maybe it's pouring rain or whatever, just tell them, oh, I heard the sneeze of the governor when it gets to 120 psi. Tell the examiner, look, my warning light came off between 60 and 75 psi. Alright, and while my air builds up to idle speed at 100, I'll start my in-cab inspection. You're done with your brake test. You're done. Let this build up, let it do its own thing. Alright, in-cab in here. Alright, you're in-cab. Don't worry about anything else that's going on right now. Just tell them, look, all my overhead compartments are secure. My sun visors are secure and properly mounted. My city horn and my air horn both work and there's no leaks. My windshield has no cracks. If there was a crack more than 1 inch, I'd put the truck out of service. You reach down, here's your wiper gauges. Turn your wipers on. Okay. My wipers and washers have good rubber, good tension, and they're in good working order. My dashboard vents are not covered and they're free from debris. My defrosters, okay, are on and in good working order. My steering wheel is in good working order. There's no cracks. It has no more than 2 inches of free play or it would be out of service. My left and right turn signals are working properly, along with my hazard lights. They're in good working order. All my gauges are properly mounted and secured. You have the little notes above you: PMS, CBM, and GWO. Okay. All my gauges are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, broken, or missing, and they are in good working order. All my lights are on. Turn your lights on. Okay, turn all your lights on. Alright. My brake valves are not cracked, broken, or missing. They're all good working order and there's no leaks. My glove compartment has 3 spare fuses and all my updated truck documents. My gear shifter, okay, no bends, cracks, or welds. It is in good working order. My T-bar is not leaking and is in good working order. My clutch pedal has good rubber and there's no more than 2 inches of free play. My service brake has good rubber, okay, is in good working order, not leaking. My fuel pedal has good rubber and is in good working order. My floor has no debris on it and it's free from holes. I have a 10 BC fire extinguisher with the pin, it's fully charged, it's properly mounted and secured. All of my storage compartments, my storage compartment contains 3 reflective triangles. They're not cracked, broken, or missing, and my seatbelt has no cuts or tears. And tell the inspector, hey look, all my, that's my in-cab inspection. Now what you say is, look at your air gauges, and you can tell them, look, my air tanks are completely full, and I'm ready to do the tug test. Alright, what you're going to do is you're going to first test your trailer brakes. Push the clutch in, shift to first. I'm in first now. Alright, push the yellow right here. It's your tractor brakes, push that in. Okay, push your tractor brakes in and lightly lift off the clutch. You're going to feel a tug. Do not jump off this clutch. Alright, you will break the kingpin. Lightly, you'll feel it. Feel that? That's it. That's your tug test for your trailer. Alright? Now what you're going to do, you're pull out your trailer brakes. Now what you're going to do, you're in first again. Your yellow valve is now going to be out and your red valve is going to be in. Okay? Again, lightly, guys, pull this forward. Okay? Very, very lightly. You feel it? Alright, that's it. Now what you're going to bring that back out. You're going to tell the inspector, my spring brakes on my trailer, my spring brakes on my truck are both holding and they're working properly. Okay? Now what you're going to say is, now I will test my service brake by pulling forward 5 feet. I'm shifting into first. I'm going to push my yellow and red trailer valves in. Hold the steering wheel 3 and 9. Hold them 3 and 9. Okay? And just pull forward. That's 5 feet. Okay. My service brake is working. Of course, check your mirrors and everything. My truck did not pull to the right or to the left. Alright, you shift into neutral. Pull out your trailer brake valves and turn the truck off. The gear shifts to neutral, everything is off. And I'll tell them, my air brake test is now over. Then go outside and do your pre-trip around the truck. Get out 3 points, take your seatbelt off.